All right, let me. Oh, this is so good. That's delicious. Asha, girl, delicious. Delicious. Oh, here comes trouble. Here comes trouble. Just trekking along. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Single on the Rocks. I'm your host, Locastillo, and we are back again with another episode. Yeah. So I've been contemplating on if I wanted to, well, not really contemplating, but I just feel like this topic keeps being presented to me for over like 2 weeks now. And it's so funny because I did a podcast earlier today and I was asked the exact same question on today's topic. So I was like, okay, that is a sign that I need to go ahead and just film this topic. And today's topic, guys, we are talking about cutting motherfuckers off. When is it time? How do you know? What are the signs? All of that. And I've had to cut several people off in my life for the better. And just either because we've outgrown each other or because it just wasn't doing anything good for me. It wasn't bringing me any peace, or it's just our time has passed. You know, it was just time to move on. And you know, what's that saying? Like your work here is done. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I feel like not everybody's meant to stay in your life. And sometimes people are here for just temporary and they're not here for the longevity of it. So that is today's topic. We're going to get into some different segments on it and really just kind of deep dive. So if this relates to you, or if you've been feeling this way, because I have been asked this question, like, I'm cutting this person off. I need to cut this person off. So it's just like, I feel like I just need to just bring it out into the world, you know? So this one kind of speaks a little close to me. And yeah, let's jump right into it. I still need to order dinner. It's 8:00. Before we jump into the segment, let's catch up. Let's do a little girl chat. Last week I didn't upload, as you know. I was just really busy, and honestly, like, time got away from me. There was just like, I was doing a bunch of stuff and I was like, I don't want to force shit out. Like, I don't want to just get on and me just like not even be in the right mindset. So I was like, you know what, this is the universe telling me, like, take a break and it's okay. Like, don't feel like you're obligated or whatever. And I'm not. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'll see you guys next week. So, but yeah, I was just like busy with work and dealing with stuff, and yeah, just doing that. I went to a Rangers game on Friday. That was a lot of fun. It was opening day on Thursday. I saw a lot of people. My Jessica and Annette would try to get me to clock the fuck out. I was like, bitch, I will quit. I will fucking quit. I didn't. I stayed at work, but they looked like they had a really great time. So, but I went to the game Friday and that was a really good time. We won. We played the Boston Red Sox and we won. It was a good game. You know why it was a good game? Because that was there. But yeah. And then today I filmed a podcast. Keep an eye out for that on the come up. If you're not following my friend Kimberly, she has her own podcast called On the Come Up, and it's really good. You definitely need to check her out. She interviews a lot of different people in the industry, and like modeling, acting, music, like all types of stuff. And I've been on her I've been on her podcast before, and then she asked me to come back as a bonus episode. So that was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. All right, so let's jump in today's episode. Should I order some food first? I feel like I should. How about, okay, like let's talk about what I'm gonna order. Aiden ordered some pizza earlier, and I've had 3 slices so far. I came home from that podcast and ate 2 slices, and I fucking passed out. I fell asleep. The pizza put me in a coma. I was only supposed to eat and then like chill for a little bit and then go to the gym. That shit put me in a fucking coma. Pizza Hut, the fuck is going on? Oh, you know what'd be good? Sushi. I mean, you can't go wrong with sushi. I don't have my car. Aiden took it. Tacos y mas. They're good. Let me see. Gongcha, what's that? Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in right into it. Okay, so let's talk about the signs it's time to cut someone off. All right, so let's be real for a second. It's not easy. It's easier said than done cutting someone off, right? Like, you can be like, I'm done with this person, blah 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 blah. You can say it several times, whether it be breaking up with somebody or dissolving a friendship or, you know, letting go of a job. Like, this can relate to any point of your life. There's a lot of, if you have not mastered the art of detachment, this can be really, really hard for somebody to actually follow through with it because of, you know, there could be a lot of things. You don't want to hurt this person's feelings. You know, you care about them. You don't want it to come off as inconsiderate, or it can be. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. It's something that you just, you know, if you, like I said, if you have not mastered the art of detachment, it can be really hard. One of the signs would be inconsistency. You know, if you're seeing somebody, or if you have a friend, let's stick with this being in a dating relationship. Okay. So if you are seeing somebody and they are saying, oh my God, like, I can't wait to see you again, blah, 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 blase, blase, and yet no plans have been made. Oh, like, how long are you wanting me to wait? Make a fucking plan. You know, you can say, if you just said it just to be nice, I think you're doing more of a disservice to the person that actually likes you. Lack of communication. I think if that goes kind of hand in hand with inconsistency, a little bit. Communication could be like, you know, I want to see you next week, and then there's no follow up with it. You know, okay, well, when, what time? And I just feel like at that point, you need to just live your life. You need to live your life. You need to just do you. And you have to really make that decision the next time they text, if you're going to even reply, or if you are going to reply, you're going to reply with something of like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I don't need to, I'm not your doormat whenever you're fucking bored. Set your boundaries. You have to remember you have a value and you need to set that value at a certain level. So find your self-worth, find your confidence, and find your like fuck off meter. It's really what you need to invest in learning, is your fuck off meter. Like, fuck off with that shit. Like, hell no. Another big one is mixed signals. I feel like mixed signals. Oh, this is my rule of thumb for anything. If you have to question whether this person likes you or if this person even respects you, let it go. Because 9 times out of 10, this person doesn't like you or like you enough. And I'm sorry, but I need somebody obsessed over here. Like, I need you to be like, nah, I'm seeing you. I'm not about to let nobody slip through the cracks and I risk losing you. Like, like, I'm going to make you mine and I'm going to prove that I deserve you. You know what I mean? And vice versa. This is not to say like women shouldn't be putting in the work either, but we're just talking from a woman's perspective, okay? If you're sending off mixed signals where I'm like, does he even want to see me? Like, you know what? I'm not even going to stress myself out like that. You know what? Bye. Bye. Because you know who does want to see me? Oh boy, that's been waiting in line patiently. Liking all my damn pictures patiently, being respectful patiently. He's waiting his damn turn. No, if you're just not happy, if you're not happy in the situation that you're in with this person, or if they're just like, if you feel like you see them out, you see them living life and you're just waiting for them to be like, hey, can I see you? If you're doing that, listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. If you are waiting around for the person that you like to hit you up to hang out, you have attached yourself to somebody that does not even really put in a second thought for you. And I know that sounds really harsh and mean, but that is the reality of it. That's the reality of it. And you are like under this, like you're captivated by this person for whatever reason, because either they talk good than a bitch to you, because that mouthpiece can really like fucking put somebody under a spell of just like, oh my God, I just like, oh, no. You have to remember you hold your own power. Don't let somebody have you looking at their phone constantly like, oh my God, he's not texting me, she's not texting me. Or, you know, they're out and about and he didn't even ask me if I wanted to hang out or come or whatever. Like, because he don't care. He don't care. He didn't want to hang out with you. He did not want to hang out with you. When somebody likes you and somebody genuinely like wants to get to know you, they are going to make the effort and they are going to make the time. That's why there's that saying, if he wanted to, he would. If he wouldn't, someone else will. Absolutely 1000% true. If he wouldn't, somebody else will. If he wanted to, he would. And that is 1000% true and accurate to the fullest. So although you could be like, oh, he's busy, or it's just he's probably really tired from work, or you know, he's really just like stressed out. No, baby. If he's stressed out, he's gonna want to spend time with you because he's comfortable and relaxed around you. That's why. If he is really into you, if he was having a bad day, he would call you. So the sound of your voice would make it feel better for him. He's just not that into you. Some people, yeah, I get it. Some people want their alone time and shit like that. Yeah. Cool. But that's not all the time. I know when I'm stressed out, I want to call somebody that's going to make me feel better. Like, and in turn, they're going to know how to make me feel better by like, hey, like, why don't I pick you up and we go out to eat? Or, hey, how about we go watch a movie? Or, hey, you want to go grab a drink and like decompress? Like, yeah. Yes. And for whatever reason, he doesn't see that in you. And I'm sorry, but that is the truth. And you are only allowing him to block your blessing from somebody else. So stop blocking your blessings by allowing this person to continue to stay in your life, because your blessings being held up by fucking indecisive motherfucker over here. So bottom line, don't block your blessings, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So why cutting them off is necessary? Again, you make space for people who genuinely want to be there and love you and support you and care about you in all sorts of ways. You protect your peace and mental health. That's like number one. You're protecting your peace and your mental health. You have to understand that, like, when you allow somebody to like kind of come in and absorb your space and your personal energy, you are giving that to that person. And I just feel like when you've allowed to give that to somebody, it is so hard to bring that power back because you are so emotionally attached to that person. So don't ever give more energy to somebody who's not reciprocating it. So key rule, like, what is it? Key to thumb? What? Thumb to key? What is that? A key thumb? What is that saying? That key. Oh my God. Am I drunk? A rule thumb to key. No, what is that? Oh my God. What is that saying? It's on the tip of my tongue. Key rule of thumb. Key rule of thumb. Is that what it is? Key rule of thumb. That sounds stupid. Just protect your energy, protect your boundaries. And if somebody has a problem with your boundaries, they don't respect you enough. I'm sorry. This is 2025. These motherfuckers are about to respect us. And it's just not men. It's everybody that you come in contact with. People are going to start respecting your boundaries. Like, we are not allowing people to disrespect us. Yes, we can be graceful and we can be assertive about what is bothering us, but we do not need to give our energy to people that do not deserve it. And if they're giving off mixed signals, inconsistency, lack of communication, like, all of these are red flags, okay? Red fucking flags. Throw that shit away. Throw it away, baby girl, because we're not doing it over here. We are not doing it over here in 2025. Absolutely fucking not. How to cut them off. So you decided they gotta go. You need to tell them. Sometimes people think that ghosting is good. I think that sometimes the silence is the end, is the message. But I also feel like it depends on the situation, because sometimes not everybody needs a response. Sometimes not everybody needs that closure, or they don't deserve that closure. But if it helps you to end and dead the situation, I mean, by all means. Like, who cares if they think it's funny or whatever. Like, one thing about me is that I have no problem, like, speaking how I feel to a certain extent. Like, I'm not going to just, like, lay it all out, but I am going to hit the key points of what it is that's bothering me. And I just feel like they can't come back and be like, well, you never told me this. Like, if you would have just said it, or if you would have just communicated with me that this was bothering you, I'm not going to give them that opportunity. I told you what was bothering me. You decided to not respond, or you decided to not talk about it. We couldn't compromise on anything. That's why I walked away. That's why I dismissed you from my life. They can't come back and say any of that. Because, baby, one thing about me, you ain't about to have the upper hand of, like, I wish you would have just told me that. Like, no, I told you. I told you loud and clear. You weren't the one listening because you didn't care. You did not care. So, and some people just, like, and it's okay to, if some people just don't even want to deal with all that. They're just like, fuck it, bye. And that's cool too. If that's the way, if that works for you, by all means, let it work for you. You know what I mean? Because you don't owe these people anything. You don't owe anybody anything. If they're giving you mixed signals, if they're giving you lack of communication, lack of respect and whatever, that you don't owe them anything. Be direct. Go no contact. Keep it moving. And don't, for the love of God, I know you're going to get lonely. I know it. Okay. You're going to be like, oh my God, like, I just want to check his stories. I just want to see if he's with another girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. The best thing you can do is just unfollow them, block them, whatever. But if you have the willpower to be the unbothered queen that you should be, then do that. Be the unbothered queen, because baby, I was fine before you and I'm going to be fine after you. People are experiences. They're either going to be a lesson or they're going to be, the experience that you wish you never came across. But that's life. People are put in your path for a purpose and for a reason. This person hurt you so bad, or hurt you to the point where they took your energy from you and you had to call back your energy. That was a lesson that you were weak in that department, and that person has now given you the strength to detach yourself from them. It took some time, but you learned it. And now moving forward, going forward with other people, seeing other people, dating other people, you have that experience under your belt to where you will not let that happen again, hopefully. And I just feel like it's a beautiful thing. Heartbreak is a beautiful thing in itself. I know that sounds crazy because like heartbreak can be such a very emotional, traumatic thing. But I find heartbreaking a really beautiful thing at the same time, because one, it just shows that you've reached a level of vulnerability and an emotion that has made you really have to sit with yourself. And this is going a little deeper than just, whatever. But sometimes there's women and men that get hooked on each other, and the other person is not reciprocating it, and it can be a really emotional and experience for them, where they're just really upset and sad, and they just like that breakup has really broken them. And or just like having to let them go, and the other person is just like so unbothered. Some people can take that really, really hard, and you have to understand that is just you being a human being feeling those emotions, and you should feel those emotions. You should go through the whole thing feeling those emotions. And I just find that to be a beautiful thing for myself to experience, because sometimes I feel like, do I have any more sadness in me? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have gone through so much sadness in my life with men who have just disappointed me, have broken my heart, have used me, have taken my kindness for granted, have taken just my nurturing nature for granted, that like it can be really, really traumatizing to just feel vulnerable again with somebody, you know what I mean? And going on dates is like, it's so fucking exhausting. So yeah, I mean, I know I'll experience it again. But I know now that if I were to experience that, it's going to be in a more healthy manner, because I have built such a level of, what's the word? Like, I've built such a level of like, I know how to handle a situation. Will I get hurt? Maybe. But that's why love is a gamble. Like, love is such a gamble that when you take risk on somebody, you're like literally betting your feelings on this person to do right by you. So, you know, sometimes people are so closed off that they don't ever want to do that because that one heartbreak like really fucked them up. So you'll come in contact with guys that are just in it for the play because that one girl fucked them up, and they don't want to ever have to feel that way again because they have not dealt with it. So, and that sucks because you're just in the line of fire. You're just the speed bump that he's just about to run over. And it sucks. But I promise you, people are put in your life for a reason. And once that situation is over with, you figure out, man, I learned so much from this person, and not in a good way, but in a good way, because it taught me that I never want to be in a situation like this. Like, I don't want this love to ever find me again. I don't ever want this type of man to ever find me again. And I sometimes we go through several of them, okay? Sometimes, I mean, we're not perfect, right? We're humans. Humans are not perfect. And we like what we like. And sometimes we attract the same person. And when that happens, when you're like, oh my God, all I attract is these fucking cheaters, or all I attract are these men who just lie to me constantly, or whatever. I think that the energy you're putting off is what you're attracting. So you're attracting these men because you have not yet built that wall and that shield of spotting and calling a motherfucker out. Like, I'm gonna say, like, if I'm feeling a certain way, I'm gonna say it in the spot. Like, at that point, like, I'm gonna address it. What do you have to lose? They gonna be mad because you're calling them out on their shit? If they mad that you're calling them out on their shit, then you already know that has already ended. That relationship, that talking stage, whatever, has already ended before it even began. Baby girl, he did you a favor. He showed you what y'all's communication style was gonna be. That's what it was gonna be. Stop giving people excuses for their behavior. They show you who they are. You don't like it. Walk the fuck away. Walk the fuck away. Because why would you? I don't care how fine. I don't care how beautiful. I don't care how much money this man makes. I don't care if he brings me tacos morning, noon, and night. If this man, it does not know how to communicate or respect how I'm feeling, you're not about to shut me up with things. I'm sorry. You're not. Some people are like, well, yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, if you just want to shut up and let him do him because you like being spoiled, cool. By all means, I ain't hating on you. Do you? But for me, nah. I got a mouth and I'm gonna say some shit. I'm gonna talk my shit. And it's not like what the fuck and da-da-da. I don't ever like come off like that. It's, you know, like, yeah, I got a problem with that. Like, you know, it's how you handle the situation. But if they don't know how to respect that, baby, let that shit go. Let that shit go. So, with that being said, with all of that being said, what are your thoughts? Have you had to deal with somebody in that situation? Have you had to cut somebody off because of how they were treating you, how they were talking to you, how they were being inconsistent? Let me know down below. Like, did this help you? Did I even say anything insightful? But at the end of the day, you need to think about yourself. And a lot of people, and that could sound selfish, but that's the problem. And that's why these types of people do the things that they do because they're not held accountable for their actions. They can act however they want to. That's on them. But you don't deserve that, okay? And so they need to be held accountable for their actions, how they're treating you. And if you don't like it, say it. Don't be scared that, oh my God, she bitches so much. Well, you know what? Go find somebody else. Go find somebody else that's going to put up with your shit. Go find somebody else that's going to, be so inconsistent and they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So if you don't like it, say it. Because there's nothing wrong with being like, yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. Like, I'm going to need you to move around. And that's okay. Like, if they want to go ghost and then hit you up at 2 a.m., like, what are you doing? Not you, babe. Like, no response. No response in that instance, for sure. Like, what? No response. Because I'm sorry. Like, I'm not your fucking doormat. I'm not your, like, little fucking fuck at the night. Like, and, you live and you learn. And, I mean, I have plenty of times. I've had to... I've put myself in situations where men took me for granted and stuff like that and gave me mixed signals and shit like that. Like, I've dealt with all of that. And now I'm just like, I wish a motherfucker would. He about to get cussed out. He about to get no fucking response. He about to get a response he ain't gonna like. He gonna get a response he don't like. So don't let nobody play with you. It's 2025. Don't let these fucking men play with you. And with that being said, that is today's episode. I hope you have a beautiful week. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week for season 2 finale, episode 11. Yeah. Oh my God, we're already done with season 2. Where has the time gone? All right, guys. I will see you guys in my next episode. Bye.